Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. This bad boy, this bundle of surprises appeared on my doorstep today. I was not expecting it. It is the JoyToy Warhammer 40k Ultramarines Chapter Master Marneus Calgar. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I've been looking forward to this. Looks really cool. I know there are going to be articulation issues, but he just looks fantastic. Looks really, really nice. It says on the front, if you can see, contains 112 cm collector's action figure and accessories. I think it's going to be bigger than 12 cm. That's just my feeling. The box is chunky. That's a big, wide box compared to the regular ones. On the back, we see what he comes with. The helmeted head and the cloak. And that's pretty much it. Very, very big boy. Basically, he's just looks like just an aggressor with some things changed around and some unique parts and features. Looks very, very nice. Now, if you like this sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon. There's a link in the top right of your screen now, and also in the video description. We have prize draws, probably going to be monthly prize draws. They were weekly. We're going to have monthly prize draws, behind the scenes content, and you can see things like this early and some other features and stuff as well. Looks very, very cool. Okay, let me just quickly unbox this on camera and let's see. This is sort of bordering the same sort of size box as the Liberian came in, the Primus Liberian Ultramarines, which we'll have a look at later. So that is how he is in the box. Looks rather cool. The cape and the backpack are attached already, which is pretty nice. Very, very nice indeed. If you want to win a Dreadnought Redemptor, a Redemptor Dreadnought, a Black Templars one, I'll leave the link in the top right now. Just comment on the video and there'll be a prize draw on the 31st of January to win a Black Templar Redemptor Dreadnought, sponsored by JoyToy themselves. So thank you very much, JoyToy. Okay, let me pause this, get him set up, and let's get into this. Here he is. He does look good. First impressions, looks fantastic. Really does look good. There are some small things that I'm not keen on. Firstly, the twin eagle heads just don't have enough. I don't want to say detail. They're just, they don't have enough detail. They're just too blank. I want something a bit more on there. Because it looks like, if this was a model that you paint, it'd be like someone didn't thin their paint. In fact, they thickened their paint and slapped some gold paint on the eagle heads. It needs a bit more detail, I think, definition on there. But it does look pretty cool. And I've got one issue which maybe you can see already. Can you see? Maybe you can't see. And it's the common issue. This elbow pad here on his right or left, this is actually coming off his hand. I had to push it in. There was so much going on with things touching things when you move them. Something like that is to be expected because it's only glued in anyway. So I'll have to glue the end later possibly. It's okay now, but when I do the articulation, I expect that will come off. Okay, so let's have a look at him closely. So first, his unhelmeted head. That's quite weird. Look, he's looking to our right, his left, and suddenly he's looking straight. Not my favourite of unhelmeted heads. The hair's a bit. And he dyes his hair with something, but it's not a bad head by any means, and it does come with a peg, which is a bit unusual because normally I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a good thing to have an extra peg, but normally you'd only have the peg in the body. But recently, JoyToy have been supplying extra neck pegs. Okay, let's get a close look at the actual figure. Didn't have to plug anything in apart from the elbow joint that fell off. You see what I mean? But this head is very plain. I'd want something more on it. I know they're copying the actual mini, but I would still want more on there. The shells look alright coming out. Don't look bad, they don't look amazing, but they, you know, they do look alright. Does look pretty cool. I like the look of that. Okay, let me just quickly zoom out a little so you can get to him a bit easier. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's have a look at articulation. This is not going to be great, but then what do you expect? This is a heavily bulked up, armoured individual. Of course, articulation is not going to be great. Okay, so this on top, I get the feeling that will turn. I don't want to break it, but have a quick. It might turn, but it's a bit fixed. I don't want to snap anything. The head, much better than I was expecting for the forwards, backwards, and left and right. And the turn, very quite easy, actually. But that's going to be quite hard to take out because there's nothing really to grip on. Now, normally I'd put scissors underneath and sort of lever. That might work. That feels quite loose. And then just pop in the other head after. But if you put the heads together, that is not a bad job on a scale this time. That head does look like it would possibly fit inside that arm. In fact, if anything, the head's a bit too long. But the whip fries is not too bad. Shoulders, they won't go all the way around because you've got the cables, the ammo cables, and we've got the power cables there. But he'll go from flat by his side to almost upright. And then he'll go backwards to not far on the back. Now where it's going to really fall down, his body too, is this lateral raise. Man, that's just atrocious. This can be fixed. I've said many times before the way to fix it, but oh well, maybe I will speak to JoyToy and say, hey, I know how to fix the shoulders, the better articulation. But the problem is that's going to cost lots of money and retooling, blah 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 blah. But it's a nice looking shoulder, a nice looking power fist there as well. Okay, there is a bicep bend and he gets about 90. There is a bicep swivel. Nothing on the wrist as you'd expect, and nothing on the guns that I can see. He's got a trunk which is not bad for his bulk. Forwards, backwards, side of it is pretty nothing. Turns a little bit. He's got a waist which will add to his forwards, backwards, gives him more sideways and a much better turn. Hips, because of the sculpting, only goes this far out. Forwards, not great because of sculpting. Backwards is pretty decent though, to be fair. You can swivel from the thigh and the hip. It is a double kneecap. There's no way of doing it. It looks like a single kneecap. It's a double kneecap, and there's a better way of doing it because you get less uglier gaps. But he's getting over 90 on that, which is pretty damn good, to be fair. Very good, in fact, for his bulk. And then there's a boot turn. There's a tippy toe. There's a tiny dorsiflexation. It's there, but it's very, very small. So that's his leaning forward like Michael Jackson. Tee-hee. There's a swivel as well, and he doesn't have toe articulation. But then again, he doesn't really need it, I guess. The toe articulation's a bit OTT, perhaps, with figures this size, but he doesn't need it. There's no toe articulation, which is a bit interesting. And these are first time that I can recall seeing this sculpt on the feet. So this might be a new sculpt going forwards, maybe, with no articulation, or just new to him, I don't know. Or maybe it's for that armor type. Let me quickly see if I can pull his head off with my hand. Nothing to get your fingers under. Well, no, I can't. I'd have to instead. I'd put scissors underneath here, either side, and just boop, lift up. And if that can do it, great. If not, I'll stick it in hot water. Okay, so let's get an idea of his size. They said 12 cm. We'll do his size and we'll do a comparison. Got my tape measure here. Sorry, my American viewers and friends, I don't have a tape measure of inches. Not easy to find the tape measure of inches in China. It's either cm or some Chinese measurement which is bigger than an inch, so it doesn't really help. So top of his head, as I suspect on here, is about 12.5, 13 cm. To the very top of the backpack, to this part here, we're looking at about 16 cm. Okay, let's compare him. So let's compare him to our Primaris captain that I reviewed the other day. Is it Petolius or Tolius? And whatever his surname is. Let's get him standing up nicely first. And yeah, he is bigger. Let's compare him to the chaplain, who comes in, or Liberian, sorry, comes in an equally big box, but is body 1 and has got the edge highlighting, blah 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 blah. Who was a big figure compared to the rest when he came out, and oops, he does look about the same size, more chunky than the chaplain. Then let's get a real size comparison by comparing him to the body 1 Invicta Warsuit pilot. And now you can see he's making that, they're all making that Invicta Warsuit pilot look tiny. So yeah, he does scale very well. He does look the part. I wish there's a bit more definition on detail on the power fist as well. Some of these recesses I think could be slightly deeper and it will look better. So I'll give you another quick look at that. So if you look at where his sort of thumb is on a power fist there, I think slightly deep into there, some bigger ridges maybe will look good. You know, there's a bit plain in here, but that's just copying the figure. Maybe one power fist open, one power fist closed. Just minor gripes for a very nice looking figure. And his shoulder, like you can see it's loose there. His elbow pad didn't drop off, but it is loose. You can see it moving around. Fantastic looking figure. Really gonna have some amazing shelf presence as well. Even compared to like some of the dreadnoughts, he's gonna have good shelf presence. Whether you want to have him helmeted like this, or whether you want to pop off and pop on his unhelmeted like this, he's gonna look good on your shelf or tabletop if you're going to try 1/18 scale gaming. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, smash that notification bell icon so you don't miss videos when they're published. And again, please consider joining the Patreon. Just try for a month. You can cancel anytime if you don't like it. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.